Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We still are using our Chevrolet today, and we're gonna tow this up to Hayward and back. It'll be about 140 mile round trip, and I just want to see what the MPGs is going to be. A little bit of back road driving, a little bit of interstate driving. So we've got 3,200 pounds for the trailer, 1,500 for the Toro 4000 series mower. We're pushing about 5,000 pounds. So we're gonna see how she do going up to Rice Lake, or going up to Hayward. And the reason why I have this load disproperly put on here is because my drive belt broke. So I essentially had to push it on the trailer. So that's the reason. So let's hop in, take it for a little journey, see how the truck does, and we'll revisit here shortly. All right, we are going to reset our average MPGs. We've got our load tied down. The tongue is a little heavy right now, but that's okay. And we are also going to be resetting our Trip A odometer to see just how many miles this is going to be on the truck. And no, that is not the speed I'm going. My speedometer does not work properly. So as much as I wish I was going 90 miles an hour, I am not. And we're just setting off. And we're on the road here. Powering this beast is a 5.3 liter V8, the Vortec V8. I believe this is one of the first iterations of the Vortec V8 used. And it's 295 horsepower, which is adequate, and 330 pound-feet of torque, which again is adequate for the lightweight nature of the truck. Paired to it is a very lacking but tried and true GM 4L60E. I believe it's either a 60 or an 80E transmission. So you only got 4 speeds to choose from. Not a lot. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The first to second shift is so it's so disappointing that I can't even believe they decided to put this in a vehicle and continue to use it for years and years and years and years. First gear has a lot of power to it. Really good ratio, a nice long ratio, good legs, and then it shifts to second, and you're instantly disappointed. And that's where this truck lacks when it comes to towing. And I do have to say, the next thing where it lacks is the suspension. Now again, the trailer isn't set up right at all. On a perfect world, I'm loading that up in the middle over the 2 axles, but I can't because, of course, I can't move the mower. We had to basically set the trailer on a hill, and then we had to hook it up to my tractor, my New Holland Boomer 24, and then use gravity to essentially try to bring the mower back. It took 3 guys to bring that mower back and rest it on the back of the trailer. That was about the only way that we could do it. So that's why it is like it is. I just have to travel about 70 miles up to Hayward to take it to where I bought it and get some warranty work done on it. Now, this is a topic for another discussion, but I bought the Toro thinking that it would have the least small problems. Here we go. We're pulling out in front of a semi here, and we're going to give it all she's got. Oh, first to second shift is lacking. Whoa! Holy smokes, that was dangerous. I thought we were gonna be okay there, but apparently Mr. Semi might have slowed down a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Woo! First gear, good. Second gear, really lacking. And we didn't even really pull out in front of the semi. I had a ton of room. But the truck just doesn't have a lot of get up and go after you get past first gear. And that kind of sucks when it comes to towing. And mind you, this is only about 3,000 pounds total. I take that back. 5,000 pounds total. 3,200 pounds for the trailer, as I mentioned, and about 1,500 for the motor. So about 5,000 pounds. Not a lot. Definitely not a lot. And the truck just really struggles to get going. So anyway, we've averaged 9.8 miles per gallon up until this point. Now we're hopping on the interstate here. We've gone 11.7 miles, so we'll be just barreling through the gas on the way up, but honestly not much worse than my 2023 Ram pickup that I have, my Ram 1500. So now we just have to do a little merging here. Alrighty. Foot is to the floor. Second gear just starts out in such a wrong place at 2,200 RPMs. My foot is to the floor. All right. Man, my foot is to the floor and it's only at 3,000 RPMs. So again, not great when you need to get a move on. The truck just doesn't have it because that second gear is it's just so poorly powered. And I'm sure Chevy wasn't thinking about it when they made the truck, but when you're towing, even when you're going 60 to 70 miles an hour, you need to have some sort of power and push. And honestly, there's no push in second gear going as fast as I'm going. So I'm going to get settled here. It's a little bumpy. I need to pull up my digital speedometer to see how fast I'm going. And let's revisit here in a couple seconds. All right, we have settled in. And we're averaging about 9.3 miles per gallon. And we are moving at about 75 to 76 miles per hour. And we went 18 miles. So I have to take that back. It's third gear that when I've got my foot to the floor, I'm in third gear right now. I take that back. I thought it was second gear, but at second gear going 75 miles an hour, we're almost at red line. So it's very reluctant to shift up to 5,000 RPMs. So we're sitting at about 2,900 RPMs right now and in third gear. So pretty much we powered out at 75 miles an hour in third gear. Now we're shifted down into fourth. There is an overdrive function in here too, which allows it to be in higher RPMs in fourth gear. Right now, we're pretty much staying steady in third gear. You know, there's really no other content on YouTube with these older trucks towing, so I felt like nobody might not watch the video, but I felt like I needed to do this because there are a lot of these trucks out on the road, especially owned by younger people like myself, and we've always kind of wondered, well, hey, how much can we tow? What's it like to tow with, you know, these 1,500 class trucks? And it's good for the most part, except you're always lacking on power because you've only got 4 gears to choose from instead of 6 or 8 or now 10. You really don't have a lot of gears to choose from, and that's really hindering when towing. The other thing I have to say here, the suspension is just the rear shocks on here. Granted, I do have it loaded down. All the weight is on the front, but still, this is just jarring, almost making me feel sick how bumpy this is. And I'm on a concrete interstate highway, so it's honestly pretty flat. But any little bump in the road, it is just jarring to me. It's making it so uncomfortable. But, and that might be for the fact that maybe we're hitting the bump stops. I don't know. It's just the squat is real, let's put it that way, and the suspension is not great. So I'm really looking forward to getting this off the trailer. Maybe if I'm lucky, they'll be able to just keep it on the trailer, and I don't have to worry about helping take the guys off at the Toro dealer or taking the thing off the Toro dealer. They'll just keep the whole thing. There it shifted into second gear, going up an extremely big hill at about 4,800 RPMs. Not necessarily an extremely big hill, but a big enough hill. And the Vortec is getting its work in. The MPGs have steadily declined from about 10 when I started on the Interstate, now down to 9.3, so I wouldn't be surprised if we sink down to about 8.6, 8.7. Now, thankfully for me, I'll be able to get up there without having to get fuel, because this is like a 36-gallon fuel tank, something insane, more than my Ram with its 33-gallon fuel tank, which is quite amazing. But we're settling in now, and the ride is awful, but we're making it work. Oh yeah, on the road. We're just about ready to hop off the Interstate here, and surprisingly, our average MPG has gone up to 10. So better than I expected. I really didn't think we would get above 10, but pretty surprising that it's only going to go up from now on, because we're going on to a state highway. So speed limit is 55, we'll go about 60, and it's really only going to go up from there, which is super exciting. So really not much worse. I would say it's about the same as my 2023 Ram. The only thing different is that has a lot more power and it is more capable. But nice to know that these old engines still return some sort of decent mile per gallon, which is wonderful, considering, you know, this is an old truck with old technology. And we have gone so far 49.7, now 0.8 miles. So about 5 gallons used. Not too bad. So we should be able to make it home without needing to fill up, which is even more exciting. So we're going to set the cruise now at about 60. Keep on rolling. We're on US 50 or 63 now, which is just repaved, so it's not super bumpy, but you can tell, well, now we're on the bad road, but you could tell just how much we're bouncing around in the video with how, even though this road is actually halfway decent, just how bad the ride is of the truck with the trailer attached. It is nothing overly special. So let's revisit here again shortly when we actually get to the Toro dealership and see what our final numbers are going up, and then I want to see what our final numbers are going back. We are approaching our first destination here, only a couple miles left, and we've hit 10.4 miles per gallon, which I am thoroughly impressed with. And we have gone 63.8 miles, so it'll be just about 70, not too bad. Maybe 7 gallons of gas used on the way up here. Right now we're about at 6, so not too bad. And besides the ride being absolutely awful, it was a pretty uneventful ride up, which is what you always want when you're in an older vehicle and you're towing or doing any sort of work with it. So I'm pretty happy with the results here of the Chevy Silverado 1500 with the 5.3 Vortec. I really am impressed. So we've got, I don't know, probably about 3 to 4 miles left here, and our MPG is only going to increase because we've got a log truck in front of us now. So we're going about 55. We've slowed down quite substantially. If we are lucky, we're going 55. So we're pretty much maintaining fourth gear now, using the momentum of the truck and trailer to kind of push us to where we need to go. And that's all I got. So really good trip up, 10.5 miles per gallon at 65.2 miles driven. Again, we're almost to the destination. We'll reach back on the uneventful part of going. All right, we're on the way home with an empty trailer, so about 3,300 pounds worth. And it was about 70 miles on the way up, so it should be about 70 miles on the way back. And I did reset the average economy right now, just getting going. About the first couple miles, we're averaging 11.6. So before it was about 10.5, and that's what I ended with on the way up. So we'll see. I'm expecting with this driving, we'll get a really nice rush of high MPGs right away, and then once we get back onto the freeway, then it'll drop. I'm guessing somewhere around the 13 to 13 and a half number. But again, we'll see. I was completely wrong on my first estimate, and we'll see what we get with this on the way back. But the truck definitely rides a lot better now that I have weight off the trailer. It's not as bouncy, although it is still pretty bouncy, but not completely to where it's jarring and makes me want to throw up. Otherwise, it should be a pretty uneventful ride home. I'm impressed again at this vehicle, at how much of a workhorse it is, and really how much I've torture tested this truck already since I've owned it in my short amount of time, towing, this stuff, towing my zero turn and my small tractor, towing a Cat 279 D3, which is insane to tow. Felt like the whole chassis of the truck was being elongated and stretched out, and really putting it to the test of towing. So it is a workhorse, and I do appreciate it for that. But we're gonna hit the highway here, and we'll rejoin in a little bit. We are about a couple miles away from exiting the interstate, so I figured I think that was an STSV I just passed. Amazing car. Anyway, we are exiting our freeway trip at 13.1 miles per gallon, towing the 3,200 pound trailer. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's honestly right about where I'd be with my Ram truck, give or take about a mile per gallon. So I'm pretty impressed with how we've done for mileage just towing the trailer. And again, right around that 13 to 13 and a half is about what I figured we would be at through the freeway, and honestly for the whole trip. So far we went about 55 miles. We've got about 15 left to go till we get back to the golf course. And the ride's been really, really good. And we're hitting some construction now, but thankfully here it's about a half mile of construction before we can exit the highway and then make our descent back home. But the truck's doing really good. One thing I really love about the truck is the fact that it's got such a large gas tank in it. So even though I left today about, I don't know, 9/16 of a tank, somewhere around there, I felt really good that I wasn't able to, or I felt really good that I was going to be able to complete this trip without filling up, because the gas tank is just so ginormous in this thing. At 9/16 of a tank, you're basically looking at 18, maybe about 20 gallons of gas. About 18 about 18 gallons of gas left. 20, somewhere around there, because it is a 36-gallon tank. But here we go. We're just going on to Highway 8. And we are at 13.2 MPGs. So let's wrap this up by getting home and hopefully not going below the 13 MPG mark. We are making our final turn to our destination, back to the golf course. Got a couple miles left, and we have averaged 13.2 miles per gallon on the way back. Not that bad. So in total here, we have gone just about 140 miles on our trip. On the way up, we averaged 10.5. On the way back, it was almost 3 miles to the gallon better at 13.3. And again, that is not the speed I'm going. That is my speedometer being a little wonky right now. But nonetheless, the Chevy has proven to be victorious again, pulling my equipment and doing what it needs to do as a work truck in order to help me when my truck is in the shop for the last 6.5 weeks. So Chevrolet, you built an awesome product. As to the audience, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more Chevrolet content, equipment content, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.